Hey kiddos, today we're going to continue working on place value and we're going to focus on decimals as it relates to money. So let's review a little bit about what you learned yesterday. That point in between the units, period, and decimals is called a decimal point. Everything that is to the left of the decimal point has a value of 1 whole or greater than 1 whole. And everything to the right of that decimal point has a value that is less than 1 whole. Yesterday you learned how to use base 10 blocks to represent the tenths and the hundredths. Here's a representation of 1 whole. Here's how we represent 1/10. And here's how we represent 1/100th using base 10 blocks. We can also use money to represent decimals. So here we have a dime. The value of 1 dime is 10 cents. The dime represents the tenths place value. So if I have 3 dimes, I have 3 tenths. And if I have 6 dimes, I have 6 tenths. I want you to think about this one. How many tenths do I have if I have 8 dimes? So this is what I know. I know that 1/10 is represented with 1 dime. And if I have 2 tenths, that means I have 2 dimes. What if I have 8 dimes? That must mean I have 8 tenths. We use the penny to represent the hundredths place. The penny has a value of 1 cent. So if I have 1 penny, I have 1/100th. And if I have 2 pennies, I have 2/100ths. If I have 4 pennies, I have 4/100ths. I want you to think about this one. How many hundredths do I have if I have 8 pennies? I know that if I have 1 penny, I have 1/100th. If I have 2 pennies, I have 2/100th, which means that if I have 8 pennies, I must have 8/100ths. So let's go back to our place value chart. Today I learned that I use the dime to represent the tenths place, and pennies to represent the hundredths.